Good morning, my lovely rock angels. It is a reading for Monday, the 27th of May, and it's a bank holiday in the UK. So we're off today, we're off work today, so that's lovely. I got up this morning feeling quite emotional, which isn't usually like me. And I got up singing Bon Jovi's Who Says You Can't Go Home. So it goes, I spent 20 years trying to get out of this place. I was looking for something I couldn't replace. I was running away from the only thing I've ever known. So the angels, they don't normally ask me to ask you a question. And I think this is why I feel a bit emotional this morning. They're asking me to ask you, what are you running away from? So, what are you running away from? And the chorus of the song goes, Who says you can't go home? There's only one place they've ever called me one of their own. So, I live in a northern town, and there's not much here in this northern town, but I'm quite proud of my northern town. Not many people would say that they are, but I am. And I've left it once and I've come back for personal reasons. But I just, the angels want to know what you're running away from, and they gave me two words this morning. They gave me displaced and disconnected, and that's what they're telling me that the people who've tuned into this message today are feeling. So they've asked me to use the Awakened Soul deck. And this deck, they've never ever asked me to use it. It's been sat in my collection of cards, and it's Mindful Messages. Okay, and they've asked me to use the Mindful Messages first. Oh, and they've asked me to use my Witchwood Unnamed deck. So they've asked me to use Mindful Messages first, and this one come out first. It's flipped over first, so we'll go there. So it says, return to the body. When I am caught up in a stressful moment, I can move my awareness to my body. Is my jaw clenched? My body tense? How is my posture? This helps me to see where I can relax and let go of tension. Now I can return to any situation more calmly and present. Okay, so that's it. So this running away, this displace, this connection is causing you stress. It's causing you to have tension in your jaw, tension in your body. Okay, so it's just making you feel really, really displaced, disjointed, disconnected. All the disses in the English language, it's causing you that. So it seems like, sorry, you've spent a long time trying to get away from something, but really you want to come back to it, and you're not sure. No, those are not the cards. You're not sure how to come back to it. So let's see. Let's have a look what the other cards are doing. Crown. You've so many achievements. You should be so proud of yourself. Do you know what I mean? It's this crown sits on top of your head. You should be on top of your world. You really should be on top of your world, and you're not feeling that way, but you should be. You can't see. I think if I had my cards out, the third eye chakra would be out. So let's have a look. Boundaries. You've set your boundaries, and your boundaries are too tight. Okay, you've got this stick here. Can you see she's got a stick in her hand, and you're beating yourself with this stick. You need to stop beating yourself. This is why you feel disconnected and disjointed and displaced, because you keep beating yourself with this stick. You've set your boundaries too tight. They're like this. We were talking about this in the weekly reading yesterday, about how things are too tight, and no, that's not the card either. You need to relax and just, this is saying your jaw's tight and your body's tight. You need to relax. I'm pretty certain if I was using my cards, that's flipped over. Grounding. You need to ground yourself. You need to stop and just look at what you're doing and where you're going, and why are you doing these things? Why are you running away from situations? Who says you can't go home? Who's telling you can't go home? The only person who is telling you that you can't go home back to the place where you feel comfortable and where you feel at home. Home for me is my northern town. Home can be anywhere where you feel comfortable. It's not just your where you were born. I happen to have been born in that northern town. Okay, and if you were listening to me a couple of weekends ago, you'll have realised where my hometown is. But it doesn't always mean that is where home is. Home is where you feel comfortable and where you feel loved. Okay, the mask. Okay, intrigue. You've been putting on a mask. You've been wearing this mask. Stop it. You don't need to. Honestly, you need to get some more intrigue back into you need fun, you need happiness, you need joy in your life. You need to bring all these things back, because there's no fun in your life. You've put these boundaries in place and they're so restrictive. There's no fun, there's no intrigue, there's no creativity, there's no positivity, and you're stopping yourself from going back to the place that makes you happy. Home is where the heart is. It's it's where it's not necessarily where your loved ones are. That's the card. Vision. You've got this vision in your head and you're not allowing yourself to actually go and fulfill your visions because you've set these boundaries. You walk past these boundaries because we all have morals, we all have values, and sometimes we have to just surpass those morals and values just to go back to do things that I'm not saying wrong morals and values. There's 3 here. I'm not sure all 3. Let's have a look. Releasing anger. Anger is a natural emotion, but I recognise that holding on to it can be toxic for me. I look at the person who has caused me pain and see them as the human being they are. I release the anger I feel. When I release the anger, I feel freeing myself and expanding and I feel free to expand to love. I think this is telling me that where home is, there's anger. You need to release that and let it all go. So I spent 20 years trying to get out of this place. I was looking for something I couldn't replace. I was running away from the only thing I've ever known, and there was anger there. So very often what we find when we're younger, that we have anger and we want to leave that behind. But when we forgive, when we forgive what made us angry, we can go back. Okay, today, before doing what I normally do, I will take a moment to slow down, to place my hands on my heart space, and to take a few deep breaths. I will ask myself what I truly want, and I will honour how I am feeling. Ask yourself, do you want to go home? Do you want to go back to the place that makes you happy? Follow my joy. These are all part of this message. Today I will write down 10 things I enjoy doing, the things that make me feel good and raise my mood. Then I will pick one or as many as I feel guided to do and go and do it. When I'm having fun and enjoying life, I am in a state of allowing all that I desire. Go and do it. Just go and do it. Drop these boundaries, lower these boundaries. I'm not saying get rid of all your boundaries, but lower them. Okay, go back to your place of home. And I'm not saying that's your hometown. I'm saying just go back to where you feel comfortable, where you feel joy, where you feel happiness. Everybody deserves to be happy. You make your own happiness. Okay, just get on with being happy. I'm sending you lots of love. Tomorrow is Terrific Tuesday. I will be back for Terrific Tuesday. Sending you all my love. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.